Hey everyone, welcome to Reddit Readout. Today we are checking out Rules Horror. Story 1. You can play hide and seek alone, just follow these rules. A place to share scary stories which contain a set of rules to follow. 1. Before you start, prepare the following items. 1a. Food and water. 1b. A paper animal, I'll explain later. 1c. Paper towels. 1d. Lots of extra paper, preferably origami, but any will do. 2. To start, whisper I'm ready. At around 8:30 p.m. You now have 3 minutes to hide. 2a. Pick a good and comfy one, because you're in for a long night, about 4 to 5 hours. 3. Once you find your hiding spot, or when the time runs out, you must stay quiet. He has hearing better than a dog. 3a. Don't worry about it, he can't hear well. 4. Reserve a spot for your paper animal. This is your guardian, something that gives him the sense that you're not there. Place down your extra paper, and then your paper animal. This will allow it to make copies, so that he may leave early. 4a. Your paper animal hates paper towels, any within 1 meter will prevent it from making copies. 5. Don't question the fact that your paper never runs out. If you have more than 5 sheets of paper, it won't run out. 6. Get out. 7. Do not get out at any costs, you are risking your life. 8. He doesn't spill well. P.S. The paper animal thing is a reference to another story you saw the face. Credit goes to them. Story 2. Rules for being my adopted sibling, Part 1. Basic rules. A place to share scary stories which contain a set of rules to follow. You walk into your new house in amazement, after leaving the adoption center you've been living at for the 11 years of your life. The entrance room hall is 2 stories high, and a giant golden chandelier hangs above your head. Your new mother and father give a proper introduction, as well as a tour. After the hour-long tour of the luxurious house, father takes you to your room. Your room doesn't look like a room. It's the size of 2 apartment rooms combined, and has a master bathroom. Not just the title, it looks grand. You walk back to lie down on your bed. This is more comfortable than any of the beds at the center. You look at the bookshelf next to your bed and stare. There are these grand books, like the first copy of Lord of the Rings. Maybe this is what it's like being adopted by billionaires. While you're admiring your new book collection, you spot a tiny little notebook covered in soft red velvet. On the cover, there's a tiny piece of paper that reads "Welcome, new adopted sibling." Intrigued, you open the cover to find a list of rules. You flip through the rest of the pages without reading them, and realize it's all rules and quick notes. You go back to the first page to start. Welcome, Alex. You stop. How did this person know my new name? You shake your head to clear your thoughts and continue. I know you're probably wondering why I know your name, but that's because mother and father named everyone that. The Alex before me, Alex, and you. You must not, under any circumstances, show mother this book. Father will leave on a year-long business trip on your second day here, so he won't be a threat. I have hidden another book, just like this one, to use as your diary. I know you aren't interested in that stuff, but trust me. Write in it for the first few days. That way, you can pass this notebook as your diary. Continue to write in your diary. Let's get on with basic rules. Mother has an issue with her temper. Do not anger her. When she's mad, the punishment will differ based on the scenario. Act with politeness. It's simple kindness. If you aren't polite enough for her liking, she will get mad. Your punishment will be to stay at a fine dining restaurant for a day. The people are entities, so you must act with politeness, otherwise you could, and will, lose a limb. Listen to your gut. You are not allowed to eat at night. Mother will hear you. This time, you will starve for a day. Every time you do this, mother will add an extra hour. Mother may ask you to help her out in the basement. You may be intrigued and want to go down, but refuse. Mother will not be angry, since the basement is home to weird creatures that will hunt you and eat you alive. One type of creature is a skinwalker, you've heard of those already. For dinner, you will always be asked if you want pork or beef. It doesn't matter if you are vegetarian, pick beef. There is no vegetarian option. The pork are the creatures from the basement, cooked. No matter how much you plead and beg, you will never get spared a punishment. It will, in fact, make the punishment more painful. You must be in bed by 9 to make mother happy, 9:30 at the latest. If you're in bed by 9:35 or later, mother will make you stay awake for 2 days and nights. You will be given a list of chores to do. You may ask Trisha to help you. They must be completed by 8 o'clock. Mother is strict on punctuality. The punishment will be that you have to do double the chores that you had to do today. There is no attic. If mother asks you to get something from the attic, pretend you did not hear her. If she starts screaming, use the noise-cancelling headphones on your desk and do not take it off for 15 minutes. She will stop once you take the headphones off. The sound she makes is loud enough to rupture your eardrum. I hope you enjoy your time here. You agreed to this, anyways. Alex was right. You got yourself into this mess, and you have to get out of it. You hear footsteps approach, so you quickly grab the diary notebook and start writing in it. Mother asks what you're doing, and you tell her you're writing in your diary. Mother nods in approval and hands you a list of chores. I expect these to be done by 8. Mother says as she grabs her bag and heads out. Next part. Story 3. Hi, I will be gone or a while beware thee. A place to share scary stories which contain a set of rules to follow. Hi, it's Pappy. Sorry I had to leave on such short notice. I have a business trip. Since I am not at the house, you need to follow every task that I bring to you and no mistakes. This will be everything you need to do in order. 1. Do not go into the basement. If you do, once you get at the bottom, there is no turning back. If you decide to go to the basement, count the number of steps you took to get to the bottom. If you are incorrect, then there is no way of getting out. There will be static everywhere and no gravity. It will make you go crazy. 2. If you see anything out of the corner of your eye, run. If you do not want to run, you are not afraid of dying. This is my good friend George. We made a deal that he would kill my kids for $40,000. Little does he know, you may actually die. 3. Do not, I repeat, do not doubt yourself. You know the saying, noun can smell fear, well George's friend can smell doubt. Don't doubt yourself, you are already good. Only this tea time doubt can and not OT save you. 4. Only go to bed at 10 o'clock to 9 o'clock. If you go to bed before, or wake up after, you will immediately be chased by Jeremy, George's friend. You will be forced to go to the basement without counting your steps. If you do, then you will be torn to shreds by Jeremy and George. 5. You can only have 4 friends over. This is to ensure that Jeremy and George are safe. I trained George to kill any intruders, so make sure you say they are with you. George is also the chef, so if you bring more than 4 people, a random person out of the group will be grabbed out of bed and be cooked by Jeremy and George. You will be eating them. 6. Trust your instincts. This is the last step. Probably the most scary and strict one as well. If you feel a feeling of self-dread, or a feeling of somebody is about to die, then please you, and your friends, leave immediately. Failure to do so will lead in death, constant torture, and a few other things. I will bring you more letters. Also send me some letters. The address is 565 West Cockle Street. Don't go there, just send it using a driver. YUC cannot know about this. I am sorry. Please save me. I cannot be here. Jeremy made me. My new message will be home in a few days, maybe 4. Story 4. Rules for getting takeaway. A place to share scary stories which contain a set of rules to follow. I didn't feel like making food today, and I'm kinda on a tight budget, so we'll just be getting some Chinese from the restaurant downtown. Read this if you want to get the best takeaway experience. Don't order the shrimp. They taste gross and are always soggy. Worst $4.60 I've ever spent. Once you've chosen your order, the delivery guy will be displayed after paying. It should be Craig Patlick. If it is any other name, cancel the order immediately. They are not there to serve you your food. Every 5 minutes or so, check your order to make sure it's coming. If it's stalled on delivering for over 30 minutes, cancel the order and report the delivery driver, Craig. Don't worry, the website was lying. Once the delivery driver gets there, unlock the door and ask them for their name. This is the most important step. 4a If the name is Craig Patlick, take the food and bring it in. He is real and just wants to serve you food. Remember to tip him, too. 4b If the name is Ethan Gonfred, lock the door and hold the door handle up. It wants to get in, and it will get in by any means necessary. 5 If the name is Ethan Gonfred, take the food and bring it in. He is real, and they just changed the delivery guy. 6 Once we have our order, make sure it is our order. If they forgot an item, just eat what's left. If an item was added, burn the whole bag to the ground. An ear-piercing scream will follow, and you will most likely be deafened. It wants to get in by any means necessary. 7 Eat the shrimp. It's really crispy, and has a nice, buttery texture on the inside. It's a bonus for spending $30 or more. They just add that sort of thing in for free. 8 While opening fortune cookies, one of 3 responses will be on the paper. 8a If it says good fortune may occur, you take that as what you want it to be. 8b If it says opportunity will pass you by, make sure the back door is closed. It is close to getting in. 8c If it says when one door closes, another one opens, it is inside. You killed all of us. The next best thing is to take the meat tenderizer in the kitchen and kill everyone, including me. Trust me when I say, it's better. Afterwards, slash your throat and end it yourself. 9 After the fortune cookies, we can eat and have a chat. I'm planning on getting some new cooking utensils. Most of mine are cheap knockoffs, the knife, the meat tenderizer, the sharpener, they all don't do their job well and I've just threw them out. 10 Once all of us have finished eating, throw out all the leftover food and put the dishes in the sink. Story 5. Rules to visiting my house. A place to share scary stories which contain a set of rules to follow. Hey there! So, you're gonna to visit my house, hey? How'd the hell you convince me of allowing that? Well, no matter. I'm gonna give you some rules so you will not have a fate worse than death yada yada because, and this is the only time I will ever tell you this, I don't always want to scratch my eyes till I bleed out when hanging with you. I do most of the time. But not always. This is the nicest thing I've ever thought of anyone, so don't fuck this up. Rule 1. Do not tell anyone I said something nice to you. My house won't do anything if you do, but I will. I mean it, if you tell anyone, I will move every single piece of furniture you have exactly 0.053 centimeters every week and steal all your batteries. I am not joking around, my existence is solely fueled by spite to God and everyone else who's wronged me. Rule 2. Don't go into our pool. There's a reason it doesn't have a ladder. Rule 2b. If you are thrown in the pool, or fall in it, you clumsy idiot, use one of the drowning bodies. They might still be begging for help or talking about their families or whatever, but you can ignore that. If they keep begging, just push their head in the water. That should shut them up for a bit. Long enough for me to laugh at you, at least. Rule 2c. Do not try to save anyone, there's no one to be saved anymore. The pool just wants to distract you for long enough. Rule 3. My house has a tendency to eat occupants. Its preference is hot things, so you'll be fine. Just don't bring your mom with you. Rule 4. If you see a teenage girl, don't be alone with her. She's my sister. She currently doesn't feel comfortable in her skin and is working on changing this through literal methods. And a knife. Rule 5. Don't ask about my parents. Otherwise, they'll wanna meet you. They won't like you, trust me. Rule 6. I also have a brother, if you see him, kick him in the shins and run. He's not dangerous or anything, he just keeps eating the last donut and leaving the box in the refrigerator. I know it's fucking you, Dave, you selfish prick. Rule 7. If my brother asks for help making donuts, refuse. He makes it with meat, and my parents won't buy it for him, so he finds other sources. Rule 7b. If you see he's missing a limb, ignore it. It'll grow back. On the bright side, the donuts will be ready in around 5/10 minutes. Rule 7c. Eat the donuts. If you don't, he'll think you don't like his cooking and he will keep cooking until he makes something you will enjoy. You won't have a choice in helping him get meat. Rule 8. My sister is pretty love-obsessed, and has pretty shitty taste, which means you're at risk of her falling for you. If she does, best plan is to just date my brother, or me, she won't date a sibling's ex. If you date her, she will take your heart out of your chest and put it in hers. And if you refuse, she will force her heart into your chest. Neither will kill you, which honestly, makes it worse. Rule 8b. Let's be honest, I am way out of your league, so you'll probably have to date my brother. He's a nice guy, just don't look into his eyes. Only the one on his back is safe. I know, the rules really aren't that complicated, even for someone like you. Really, as long as my parents aren't here, you'll be fine. And if they are, well, at least you'll be staying for dinner. That's all for today. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.